Well, as Americans sit down to enjoy their Thanksgiving meal, the American Farm Bureau is celebrating its 25th year of telling us how much that meal will cost us each holiday season. Joining us now is Neil Melancon with this week's Bottom Line. And Neil, as I understand it, the Thanksgiving meal is just going to cost a little bit more this year.
It is going to cost us a little more, Mike, this year by about 50 cents, a price increase that reflects the generally higher prices for all commodities from a year ago. Of late, especially, food prices have been on the rise as basics like grain and meat have increased, as well as a weaker dollar and strong crude oil prices boosting up some of those other costs. Still, the total for a feast for 10 comes in this year at $43.47. That's up from $42.91 a year ago, but down from 2008 when it was $44.61, when prices were higher than what they are now. Let's break that number down a bit. Of course, the centerpiece of any Thanksgiving feast is the turkey, which was actually cheaper this year. The total represents about $1.10 per pound for savings of 6 cents a pound. Green peas and cube bread stuffing were also lower than last year. Unfortunately, some items made up for those differences. Milk prices are up based on fewer cows and higher transportation costs, as is cream. Miscellaneous ingredients like spices, butter, eggs, sugar, and flour are also higher. Some staples of the table jumped up as well, such as pumpkin pie mix and the shells used to make them, as well as the holiday favorite sweet potatoes, such as the ones grown here in Louisiana, which have been hit hard this year. Now, the interesting thing about this turkey price drop is that there is a more limited supply and production is down, and this is due to the fact that sales and promotions are cutting prices in order to attract more customers, even though there is a lower supply at a time when the economy is still a bit flagging. The bottom line overall, though, is that at $4.35 per person for this Thanksgiving meal for 10, American farmers are still providing the cheapest and tastiest food in the world. Mike?
Neil, no doubt, no matter how you slice it, Thanksgiving is still a good meal, and it's a cheap one. Thanks. And remember, you can listen to any of Neil's reports on the Louisiana Farm Bureau Radio Network by clicking on over to our website, twilatv.org. There you'll find a list of stations where you can tune in. Just look for the link called LFB Radio Network on the left side of the home page. That does it for this edition of This Week in Louisiana Agriculture. Be sure to join us next week when we show you the sweet success of the Louisiana sugarcane industry. Until then, you can watch any of our stories online. Just click on over to our website, twilatv.org. For all of us here at This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, I'm Michael Dana. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Hope to see you again right here next week.